Well, I grew up in Newcastle. It's a very it's a nice place, you know what I mean? It's like very proud, you know. Everyone's really proud who's from there, and that's, you know, it's an amazing thing to be a part of. But you know, it's a very narrow-minded place to be, you know, like very homophobic and very racist, and it's casual, and you know what I mean? And people just kind of brush it off as a casual thing, and me, that's kind of part of the reason why I left, because this is my mind state put out on a canvas, do you know what I mean? It's like this whole, every street that we walk across is like a fucking bit of art, man, do you know what I mean? Every single person that walks down has got a story to tell. My parents, I love them to bits, but two different lifestyles, do you know what I mean? Two different state of minds. I mean, yeah, we speak and stuff, do you know what I mean? But again, like, you know, they all kind of know about, you know, my drug abuse over the years, and they've had to deal with me, like, with that. So they worry, and quite rightly. We're good now. I mean, they kind of respect me, the fact that I came down here by myself and made a life for myself. So, you know, it's, although the worry's there, the care is also there just as much, you know. I think it kind of comes with each other. The more they care about you, the more they also worry about you.
Okay, gentlemen.
Are you ready?
Chasing the Sun, take one.
Welcome to the Holocaust.
I was reading a book by Adam Smith called The Moral of Human Sentiments. There's a segment in it where he's talking about, you know, there's two ways in life to go down. There's either fame and fortune, or there's wisdom and virtue. Fame and fortune, you know, there's going to be a big crowd there, and a lot of people want to hear what you say, but they don't know who you actually are. And then if you go down a path of wisdom and virtue, although the crowd will be a lot smaller, the relationship will be a lot more intimate. Starting off as a musician and playing those gigs where it's literally no one there, it's like, those are the best ones, man. Fame and fortune's a fucking myth at the moment, man, do you know what I mean? It's like, you've got to be fucking Justin Bieber and have a fat ass to be famous these days. Don't get me wrong, everyone would fucking love to be the next Mick Jagger. But for me personally, man, it's like, if I could utilise my youth to make enough money to buy a studio and rehearsal space, and I was able to just be constantly around helping other people just fulfil like their passion and their motivation and their dream, and that's enough for me.
This is the world we live in.
I mean, even if people dislike my music, as long as they're talking about what just happened or what they're feeling, that's enough for me to fucking be satisfied, do you know what I mean? Like it or hate, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all self-expression to me. Leaving people with that feeling of emotion when there's nothing been said, that's powerful, do you know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of addictive. It's like, you know, you've got all this like mainstream music where it's talking about sex and stuff like that, and it's on the radio non-stop, getting pumped out every single day on a loop, and it's like, kids are listening to that shit, you know what I mean? It's so like provocative, and fair enough, everyone's got fucking sexuality, but you know what I mean? Like, that shit shouldn't be on the fucking radio, do you know what I mean? It's like, you listen to Led Zeppelin, it's like any of their songs that are about sex, at least it's got some sort of metaphor, and like, you know, it's kind of like double meaning. You can take two things from it, so if you're not kind of seeing it in a literary way, you're not going to notice that it's about that.
There you have it. Oh, this is the roof.
With drugs, man, I mean, I've taken drugs since I was 14 years old, and like throughout the years of getting older and older, I've taken harder drugs, and I've been addicted to drugs, and I've came off drugs, and it's like, drugs help people overcome things. I mean, sometimes for the wrong reasons, you know, I'll not deny that. I mean, sometimes I've tried to drown my sorrows in whatever's around. Oh, this is really dangerous. I'm so regretting being up there. Son of a bitch. Don't get me wrong, I've had bad trips, but after those bad trips I felt a lot better in myself because I've overcame issues that I've been dealing with whilst I took them drugs. Do you know what I mean? I really don't know how to get down from here now.
So if you get trapped up here, then we're both trapped up here.
I'm gonna go get drunk, but I'm kind of trapped in a fucking concrete cage of emotion. Each drug gives me a different thing. When I'm taking acid and I'm taking hallucinogenics, I just feel fucking powerful. I mean, I wouldn't say to get rid of your problems, take drugs. Definitely wouldn't say that. I would say that recreational use is probably the key, do you know what I mean? I mean, like, if you're trying to overcome an issue, you have to deal with that. And that's the fact. That is the hardcore fact. And I've, like, tried to block it out with drugs, but that never works. It feels like it will at the time, and to be honest, I'm probably going to still do that every time I'm trying to overcome a problem. It never works, because, you know, by the time you're coming down, it's going to feel 10 times worse than it did before. But it's like, fuck it, man, it's a learning curve, do you know what I mean? You learn, it's like, I know what drugs I can take, and I know what drugs I can't take anymore. The tattoo on my chest, it's me and my best mate Chris from Newcastle. We used to go spray painting. We used to do like JI because my nickname was just Cad and his name was I Chris because he had like loads of metal plates in his hand up there from like fighting loads and breaking his hand repeatedly because he's a fucking psycho. He's a good psycho though. He's my favourite psycho. And yeah, he went to jail for 2 years, and then when he got out, I was like, dude, just fucking come live with me. The reason why Chris went to jail, I regret that. You know, he kind of took a bullet for me. He took jail time because he believed in who I was and who I wanted to be. I regret being such a little shit through my youth and kind of giving my parents such a hard time. I regret not believing in myself as well and having self-doubt, because that's the killer. You know what I mean? That's what's going to make you fall in line and be a normal person and go and get a normal job and not do what you want to do. If I didn't doubt myself when I first started writing music, then I would have been a lot further ahead, because you know, you hear about these rock stars who are making it when they're like 17 years old and fucking 20 years old, and say, I'm 22 now, and I'm like, I so could have been there if I just didn't doubt myself, do you know what I mean? So I don't regret overcoming it, but I regret ever feeling it and just kind of thinking about other people's opinions and stuff like that, you know. Find people who are like you, do you know what I mean? Be alone now, man, like whatever, like I'd rather be by myself and be happy with who I am than have to adjust my personality for someone else, do you know what I mean? It's like, that's fucked. If you don't know who you are and you're identifying yourself with the people around you, then you're not yourself. That would be it. Yeah.